back to Leading Edge Cricket Academy. Thank you for tuning in today. And today we've got a cracker of a game, Ireland versus Netherlands. It was an awesome game, really enjoyed it. And in this video we're going to give you a review and some commentary of what we saw, what some batters or bowlers did well, fielding and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to kick it off by saying that Ireland was the dominant team today. They really played exceptionally well, and the favourites today was actually the Netherlands. So considering that the Irish beat them, I thought that was a top performance. So let's see what Coach Allen has to say about the Netherlands team, and then I'll jump in with the Irish.
Yeah, how's it, Coach Jordan? How's it, everybody? Thanks for all your support. Thanks to our Udemy students who are studying hard and enjoying their courses, our subscribers, all the guys are sending us comments. Thanks very much, we greatly appreciate it. Getting into Netherlands. I think today Netherlands were asleep. They weren't there. They allowed the Irish to get on top of them. I don't know whether possibly we don't know. We're not there. Maybe the heat could be a factor, but then I think it would have affected the Irish as well. So we don't know the circumstances, but just Netherlands, when they came on to bat, for me, made the critical error. They're up front, and we've said this, you're going to hear me say this and Coach Jordan say this over many games, I'm sure, especially the last few games we've seen. If your up front batsmen 1, 2, 3 and 4 are not building a platform from ball one, they're not rotating, you are building scoreboard pressure on yourselves. And I think what happened today was a little complacency, because really Netherlands are sort of more dominant over the island as a team historically, so maybe they went in a little complacent, but they never built anything from the beginning. They never rotated enough. They were under pressure from the beginning. The scoreboard pressure built, and then just fate has it, and cricket's a funny old game. Wham bam, thank you ma'am, 1, 2, 3, 4 wickets, one after the other, brilliant piece of bowling, and suddenly Netherlands are in chaos. And if they had built earlier on in the innings, if they had built that sort of rotation of strike, the different game, I think they would have had a different game. So they threw away at least 4 to 6 runs and over for the first 10 overs, 60 runs they threw away. So word of advice to young guys playing cricket or coaches out there, start while the guys are young, work hard on teaching kids or players how to rotate strike. Vital, quick calling, anticipating the game, cricket awareness, batting awareness, making sure that they know what's going on all around them all the time. If you're getting in there from the first ball, be hunting for that single. Don't worry about the big shots. The big shots will come. The bad ball will come. If not, it's going to take you an over 2 to get your eye in, and you're going to create the big shot. You're going to create it. But if you've got 10 overs in and you haven't lost any wickets, you've got 10 overs with the whole team behind you, eyes in, you can have a bit of a go and you can put on quite a score. But if you're losing wickets right up front early, your middle order and your tail enders are coming in way too soon, too much pressure. And let's be honest, I've said this to Coach and I many times, unfair to put the tail enders or the bowlers who are really not really batsmen under pressure to win the games, although they have in certain formats. So again, just things you've got to be aware of. So, you know, for me,
not much to say about the Netherlands innings.
Netherlands I think let's give a shout out to Max O'Dowd. I think he started off a little slow. For me, my opinion, is a pinch hitter. I know historically he opens the batting. I think if they had a little bit of a better, maybe more depth in terms of a real true opening batting combination, I'd bring him in at 3, 4, maybe even 5 as a pinch hitter. You can see he's a big, strong boy. He's going to hit the ball a long way. Great talent. And I think he sort of went through a quiet patch. He struggled, and then suddenly he had to play a true opener's role and build a bit, and got to a nice 50-odd runs. And I can tell you now, he got it in the 16th over. He went out with 47 balls. So, by rights, a fantastic innings, average, but he saved the team some kind of score at that point in time.
No, look, he had to play an unnatural game for himself.
Absolutely.
He is a big hitter of the ball. Yeah, so not much coming from the other end, so he had to play the anchor role, which he's not used to. He's used to other batsmen playing the anchor role for him. So totally different game situation than what he's used to.
Yeah, and then a little cameo at the end, Silo, the captain, at about 21 odd runs before he got caught. But again, you're talking about one or two players out of a whole team that made some runs. Teams are not built on one or two players, as you know. We're built on 11, 12 players, So you need to sort of always try and teach the youngsters too. If you each all score 10 to 15 runs, multiplied by the number of bats, and you've got a presentable score. So you, by rotating strike and just presence of mind, I think in the batting, that's where it fell apart for the Netherlands. And I think the Irish did what they did well. They really, really bowled well. They put them under pressure. Moving into the bowling, so I can wrap on my side quickly as well, is that I think when Netherlands came in the bowl, they didn't have a big target to defend. So I sort of half expected, I think, for me, historically, what I know, they've got a bit of gas in there, their bowlers are quite nice and they're quite good. And I thought, okay, look, the greater things that happened in Scotland's game yesterday, I mean, nobody thought Scotland would pull it out, and Scotland pulled it out of the bag. So again, thinking the same sort of thing, would Netherlands bowlers step up to the plate? Would they come in and bowl a good game? And they weren't. The Netherlands were not there on the bowling field either. So just as a whole team, they had a bad day at the office. The bowlers would just never put the Irish batsmen under any pressure at any stage. They just really cruised. I mean, if you look at their opening batsman, the chap, the big hitter, what's his name?
From Ireland, Gareth Delany.
He played a quiet role, and he's traditionally...
Don't talk about my team.
He's traditionally a pinch hitter. He went along and boom, 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 made singles because there was no pressure. At no time did the Netherlands bowlers put the Irish under pressure from a batting perspective. So they just really needed to cruise through the game to have the result they needed. So, yeah, you know what? But let's not knock a team. You never in cricket knock a player when they're down. Never knock a team when they're down. I think from a first game perspective for them, it was a good place for them to start and say, okay, where are we at and where do we go to? Where do we build? Where were we weak? Where were we strong? And just go and find a bit of a rhythm and work on that skill set that wasn't there today in terms of their game today. Are they a good team? They've got great potential. We've seen them play historically in the past. Good cricket. So I think, guys, let's not even stress about that. I think they're a great team. We're obviously enjoying the game, different type of game, different kind of sort of plan, but it all worked in the favour of the winning team at the end. So from my point of view, come on, guys. You know what you did wrong. Go and fix it. Go and work hard in the nets. And I'm sure their coaching staff will. They'll go and work hard at it. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Coachy, what did you think about your team that bullied us?
So just to switch over to the Ireland's bowling point of view, excuse me. They took a different approach. They started off with a spin bowler, where the last two games we saw yesterday, they started off with pace up front. But I think yet again, different pitch, different ground, different scenarios, whatever the case is. But I'm not going to dwell too much on the bowling, but I think there were some brilliant performances from the Irish bowlers.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to mention them now. We look at Campher. He's a young guy. He's 22. Okay, alright, thank you. He's 22. And he took his first hat-trick of the tournament. And it's the first hat-trick together for the tournament, if you want to say that. He ended on 4 wickets in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Straight off with each other.
Awesome.
I think that's brilliant. I've never ever seen that before in 21 years of watching cricket. I've always seen hat-tricks, but never 4 wickets in a row. And the only other 2 bowlers to do that before him was Lasith Malinga and Rashid Khan. They're the only ones, besides Campher, in the history of cricket to take 4 wickets in a row. I think that's a brilliant achievement. I mean, for a young guy, 22, taking 4 wickets in a World Cup, he's going to remember that for the rest of his life.
But cricket being what it is, it was just his day.
It was brilliant.
It was his day to just all the ducks and all the things fell in line for him to have a great day.
And it was his day because his first over was all over the place, wide, down the leg side. He got a hit for a few runs, but then his second over, that's when things started changing. And so I think he had a great performance. And let's also not forget about Little. Yeah. Little, he's 21 years old, opening quick bowler for Ireland. He ended on for 1 wicket, 14 runs after 4 overs. Yet again, great economy. It just tells you these stats, how they were bowling. They were putting the Netherlands batsmen under pressure. And the other bowler is Adair. Now he's 25, he's a more senior bowler. And I think his figures were, the best of the day besides Campher's 4 wickets. He took 3 wickets for 9 runs after 4 overs.
Really good.
That is gold in a T20 World Cup. He bowled 2 overs up front, but he is traditionally the death bowler, which I think he did very well. He's got some nice slower balls, back of the hand, very skillful bowler. And also to talk about the fielding, Ireland's fielding was just superior. They were just the best team of the day, and that is what it is.
Do you think it's because the team is so young? Because the Irish team is, you were saying it earlier in the match, the Irish team is really a young team.
They are. There's a lot of youngsters in the Irish team, but I don't think it has to do with that. I just think on the day, Ireland were just better. I just don't think the Netherlands brought it. They looked like they were a bit sluggish, a bit slow, tired, not sharp. So anything could happen in cricket. That's why we play the sport. And just to switch over to the Ireland's batting point of view, they started off being positive. They weren't allowing themselves to get bogged down. They were looking to score runs all the time. Even if the runs weren't coming, they were looking to score runs, which is very important.
Absolutely.
In any game you play, whether it be T20, ODI, or even Test match. If you always look to score runs, they will come. But you have to use your head. Don't just swing for everything, but look to score runs. It doesn't always have to be the boundary ball. Get the singles, rotate strike, because remember, in every over, there's going to be a bad ball at least. If there's not, then it's a good ball. But if there's a bad ball, then you capitalize. So suddenly there's 10 runs off the over and you've done nothing. Just to talk about the feet movement of some of the batsmen as well. Looking to double step, stepping away from their wickets, giving themselves some room. Very clever batting. Whereas I thought the Netherlands, they were very stuck. They were just standing still, waiting for the ball and hit it. Whereas the Ireland guys were taking more risks, using their feet, going left to right, which I think was brilliant.
Far more aggressive.
Far more aggressive batting. Yet again, good rotation of strikes. So if there weren't boundary balls, they were always rotating. Not every ball, but when they could, they would rotate strike, which is exactly what you have to do in T20 cricket. So just to talk about Gareth Delany, he ended up on 44 runs, 29 balls. He came in at a crucial stage because Ireland also lost 2 early wickets.
Yep.
So he started rebuilding the innings with Stirling. So unfortunately he didn't get to his 50. That would have been awesome if he could have got that under the belt, but it is what it is. He played a very intelligent and senior role. And to talk about Stirling. Now Stirling he's a big guy and he can run. I'm so surprised.
I was impressed.
And he can hit a ball. He ended on 30 runs, 39 balls. Also, as Coach Adam said earlier, he's also a big hitter. He likes to go for the ball, be aggressive. And today was not how he normally plays. He had to take a step back, slow it down, and just get the runs very systematically and very slowly. But it is what it is. And then Campher ended on 6 runs, 6 balls, hitting the winning runs, obviously. So I think overall for Ireland, it was a great day. They ended up beating the Netherlands by 7 wickets, which is generally unheard of for the Irish. So I think just overall, it was a great performance by the Irish. They were definitely the superior team today. And that's all I have to say about this game. I don't know if Coach Adam has anything else to say.
I just think any teams out there, if you're just school teams, club teams, whatever it is, start now while you are watching the World Cup, a great platform to learn. Watch these teams that are just making it into World Cup. Where are they falling short of being the greats? The Australias, the New Zealanders, the Englands, the South Africas, where? What are they doing to make them great that makes the others not so great? Rotation of strike, the bowlers being tight lines, channel bowling, aggressive, making sure there's variation, making sure that they hit their straps earlier on, putting batsmen under pressure immediately, and batsmen coming in to bat against teams like that, hunting aggressively for those singles, rotating continuously. Also communication. A lot of the batsmen don't seem to communicate, talking to each other, understanding what's going on. Guys, just being cricket aware. just having that brain ability to be aware of your surroundings at all the time. So many players are not, and so many opportunities go by. Easier said than done. I'm sitting here with coach, we're not on the field with bat and pad in hand. So, but again, guys, lots to learn. So if you're watching and you're learning, you're growing. You can only be a good cricketer if you learn all the time and you practice hard. So from my side, nothing more to say unless coach wants to wrap it up with what the guys are supposed to do, watch, where.
Yeah, guys, so just to end off this video, thanks for watching again today. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do it. We're going to be bringing you everything of the T20 World Cup from the start to the finish. You don't want to miss it. So subscribe, click your notification bell so you never miss a video when we upload it. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on all the highlights, the updates, the coaches chat. We're going to give some of our opinions. You don't want to miss it, guys. We want you to be with us in this journey of the T20 World Cup. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe and make sure you check out our Udemy course. I'll link it at the description box at the bottom. Check it out if you want to become the ultimate batsman, improve your game and take your game to the next level. And until next time, bye-bye.